Mm-hmm. Just history. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Woo, a lot of games every day. Okay spots and everything. Yes, sir. Um. Mm, mm. Let's take a look at the news. Let's take a look at the weather real quick while we got some folks trying to chime in. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Morning, Pat. What's going on? What's the deal? Um, Yellow green. Chicago White Sox at Cleveland. Few spotty showers or storms early. I'll give it a shot for a late start. But other than that, the game should be fine, right? St. Louis at Pittsburgh. Scattered showers in the area around game time. My preferred forecast model has all the rain as fairly light. So while I'm leaving this yellow for a chance of delay, if the forecast holds, I expect to just play through some showers, right? Um, San Francisco Giants at Atlanta. A raindrop or two, not out of the question there. Philly at Chicago Cubs winds ever so slightly out to center at 5 miles an hour. Um, Tampa Bay Rays and Kansas City Royals looks pretty good to me. I'm leaving this at a yellow green just because there's rain around and it's 14 hours before the first pitch as I type this. But as of now, I don't see any rain delay worthy. Anything rain delay worthy, and we'll lower the risk if it looks like this by the afternoon update. So what's important, right? Check your weather. I already knew that the Kansas City weather was going to be kind of funky yesterday, so I did some unders, smacked the plus 1200 on the books. Know your know your um know your books rules, okay? Know the rules, man. Know your books rules as far as what they do with uh, as far as what they do with uh, cancellations and stuff like that, right? If I see an edge, I check the weather already. If I see an edge like yesterday, I'm jumping on it, right? You gotta look at the weather every day. These folks, most of these people that play outside, so that's most important. That's really important. When pitchers, once a hefty rain delay comes, the pitcher's not even coming back in the game, right? So that's interesting. I mean, that's major right there. Next, when you got these games that's coming on in the evening, gather your information, gather your research, especially when you're doing bats. Gather your research, and then you got to wait to. I ain't say you got to, but like if you play on FanDuel, you don't wait for the lineups to come out. You just throwing people in there, and FanDuel's going to count that if these guys come in and pinch hit. So gather your information, get your shit together. So when the lineups come out, you know who's in the lineups. You can count the strikeouts in the lineup. All that. Right. Just line your ducks up. Make your list. Line your ducks up. Now pitching is a different story. Sometimes the numbers line up for you to take a picture. Sometimes they don't. Right now, what I'm getting ready to do right now, like I said, I'm getting ready to give you guys the bats that I like, a few players that I like, and players, from each team that could probably do this or that can probably do that, right? Just some players that was on my radar because this research takes a very, very long time. I'm really up early, but this shit takes a long time, right? So at the end of the day, let's jump right to it. St. Louis Cardinals at Pittsburgh Pirates. Here, I didn't have too much for this one, although I would say that probably my top bat from this game will probably be Brian Reynolds, right? So I do have him set to the side. I do have Brian Reynolds set to the side. You can look at Brian Reynolds you can look at him for hits, runs, RBIs, whatever the case may be, right? Where do I have him at? Brian Reynolds, right? So he's somebody that I definitely got on my radar, right? I like him, okay? So mm, at least for a hit. All these batters here, they can at least go for a hit. As you can see, he broke the slump that he broke that 24, 23, 24, 25 game hitting streak the other day. I think he could get right back on it though. I mean, I think he can at least get us a hit today. So I like the mix and I like him versus this pitch mix and all of that, right? So it is what it is, right? Say some time, just know I did go in and look at it, okay? Um, Baseball Savant was down for me yesterday, so I did have to resort to my other site. So it's just another site. It kind of helps you do things a little bit more quicker, but it is what it is, right? But just to show you guys how I was looking at things here, I could show you guys. Let me see. I'll give you a quick demonstration on how I was looking at things. So I was looking at rentals, right? Let's see. Mm, lefties, and then I was looking at Cruz too, right? So let's see. Um, but you got to take in consideration how these pitchers, who these pitchers are and what they are, splits and things like that. And then I don't get the splits and stuff here, right? So let's see. Versus this pitch mix, we're gonna see. This throws a lot of stuff. The fastball is predominantly what he throws, though. Fastball, sinker, changeup, slider. Fastball, sinker, changeup, slider. Slider. Um, so right now, I just got it filtered to the last 10 weeks right now. Brian Reynolds, of course, we know he was on fire during that span. And then, like I said, he was already on fire. So, he just went through a 23-24 game hitting streak. So, what am I supposed to, do, right? His numbers are going to be in fuego. That's another thing that you got to look at, too. O'Neal Cruz. So Brian Reynolds was just pretty much self-explanatory because he has been hot. His numbers have been inflated. But O'Neal Cruz is another guy that I was looking at. I haven't added him to my Jamal Frazier. I just subscribed to your to this last night. Do you know any app that shows us righties versus lefties? Yes. Just you have to be if you have to be a little bit more, consistent. Just slide in. Righties versus lefties. What? Pitching, whatever you want. Got it right here, bro. Got it right here. Fan grabs. You know what I'm saying? Just like however you want to look at it. You want to look at players, teams, strikeout wise, whatever the case may be. Sit down for a while. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate some shit. Like first and foremost, I do look at pitcher splits, right? So first and foremost, we look right now. We're looking at McCullers, right? So here's a perfect example of pitcher splits. We're looking at McCullers, right? Um, Miles McCullers, bam, okay. And just ask questions, bro. Just ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to show help. If people don't want this type of help, I don't care. The ticket ain't gonna do nothing for you if you can't go out there and fact check what the next motherfucker got on their ticket if you're telling it. If you can't fact check it, you just copying shit or whatever. Sometimes you can make one tweak to another motherfucker's ticket and have it better than theirs. But the most thing is you want to be you want to know what you want to know your shit because so can't nobody be can't nobody tell you it's raining to be spitting in your damn face. You know what I'm saying? So because a lot of people throwing shit at the wall. You feel me? So drop a like for me and whatever the case may be. Cedric, yo, what up, Cedric? Drop a like for me. And then the more people that see me come on here and research this, the less that I have to go through my steps. You know what I'm saying? But right now, splits. You talking about lefty righties, always gonna be a split, bro. So that's what a split is. So you want to look at splits. Um, where is this? Splits. Let's see. Make sure because it'll flip around too, man. So make sure it's 2024 splits. So versus lefty, I like advanced splits here. He said, I'm tuned in. I'm definitely here to learn because I want to put together a home slip that makes sense and not just what everybody else is throwing up there. I actually want to learn this. still in bed. I'm trying to put me a ticket together. But I'm definitely tuned in with you. I just subscribed to you last night after seeing you want to post. Definitely subscribe to you. And we'll definitely tune in, and I am here to listen. Okay, for sure. I'm on YouTube too, man. That's my problem. That's where I'm really at. So right now I'm on YouTube and I'm streaming to Facebook. But anytime I'm always gonna be on YouTube, always. So you can sub there, hit the notifications bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload. On YouTube, you can see that I can put your comments on the screen on YouTube. On Facebook, I can't do that. Either way it go, um, like I said, let's take a look at some of these splits right here, just to give you an example. Home and away, whatever the case may be. So right now, McCullers is on the road, right? The pitcher, he's on the road. He's pitching his worst at home right now. So he's got a 6.1 ERA at home. On the road, he's got a 4.959. I do like to look at advanced splits here. So right now he's on the road. On the road, he's pitching his worst versus lefties, right? He's giving up a 273 batting average versus lefties. But it is what it is. Let me plug up my light. My light just went out. I'm already dark. I'm already dark. Don't need it to be no more darker than what it is in yet. I got to get ready to go to work, man. But it is what it is. Y'all already know. I'm stop in and make sure I drop in for y'all. Yeah. So at the end of the day, his strikeout percentage is pretty low. His strikeout percentage is pretty low. Not a pitcher that I probably would break down. Not one of my favorite games either. Right. So not one of my favorite games. That's why I was just coming here. We do have an over under of 8 in this spot. I was just coming here, just bring. I'll get to some more splits, whatever the case may be. But I was just coming to bring you guys, the one bat that I do like. For hits, what I'm saying, all my bats is probably about hits, baseline hits. But sometimes you can see, and what I do, it's not just about righties and stuff. It's about the pitch mix for me. What does the pitcher throw, right? You know what I'm saying? The history versus the batter. Now, granted, yesterday I said it yesterday too, right? And Sola did go yard, but I didn't downplay for the people who's watching yesterday. I didn't downplay Sola. I was just trying to say that he did have 3 home runs prior to this dude, and it's a possibility he still go off. He still hit another home run versus him, but that's not solely what I go off of. Just because I pointed out Margot yesterday, he went yard. We pointed out um Lowe yesterday. He went double yard, right? Those two, I forgot to get to I forgot to get the Lowe, and I was scared to get the Margot because he was playing against Scooble, right? But my thing here is I'm coming here to give you guys the best down best the good spots, and you can do what you want to do with it. I can really, I'll tell you what I like, shit like that, shit like that. So let's go. Let's filter this in a little bit. Let's go last 3 weeks here. Um, so we already know, like I said, we already know Brian Reynolds just been on fire. So I can't help it. He's just got to be in play. These are numbers here versus his pitch mix. He's got a versus the pitcher's pitch mix, what he throws. His batting average is over the course of 37 at bats the last 3 weeks, 16 hits, batting average at 437. Woba, he's got a 582 Woba. Isolated power sitting at 459. Extra velo sitting at 93. 8 extra base hits, 4 home runs. Right, balls launched. That's just a combination of, I want to say, exit velo and launch angle. So that's looking pretty good with the hard hand percentage sitting at 68%, but 28% K rate, letting you know that he will strike out, right? But like I say, he's coming off a big hitting streak. So it is what it is, right? For power, like I said, O'Neal Cruz, he's probably in play for power, but it is what it is, right? I probably don't even fuck around with him, right? So it is what it is, okay? And that's one of the sites that I use outside of Baseball Savant because Baseball Savant was down, so I had to slide, right? I had to slide. But Baseball Savant is Bay right here. This is Bay. This is the real deal right here, right? Because you're gonna get all that, all that. That was game day insights. You're gonna get all this, and it's just they were down yesterday. You're gonna get all that and more right here, right? So next batch we're gonna have here was going to be Chicago White Sox at Cleveland Guardians, right? So like I said, I went through all these numbers, right? I don't know if I had any any bets set to the side here for the Chicago White Sox game here. Um, oh, Stephen Kwan, right? Stephen Kwan is one of the bats that I really liked. You can add him to your hit parlays. We already know, guys. It's just we got Eric Fetty on the mound, right? So Eric Fetty, man, this game and then pitching like White Sox getting a little bit more healthier. Yeah, it was out. It was out yesterday, and then when I thought it was back, it was still out. So but at the end of the day, um, this game here is kind of fishy, man. I couldn't. This is, I don't bet a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? But if the White Sox had a chance to get a game, this would be one. Okay, I'll just tell you that right now. So, um, and even if I was betting this game, it would probably be White Sox plus 1.5. But it is what it is, right? Fetty has been okay, right? I'm just gonna leave you with that. Y'all know I don't bet a lot of games. I come here for bats and props and stuff like that. So, um, I don't like this Cleveland team versus this pitch mix, but if anybody can get on base, it's somebody like Quan. So you can look at Steve Quan for what's his name, Quan, for a hit or whatever the case may be. I can talk you off of that. Um, I was I was all over Josh Naylor yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes yard today, right? They do have some good bats over here, but I just didn't like the pitch mix and what I seen. And it is what it is, right? You guys might see something different, but at the end of the day, that's where I was at with that. I did pencil in Stephen Kwan. You can look at you can look at you can look at Robert and Vaughn. See if those guys are still on the heater for the White Sox. So it is what it is, right? Let me see. I did put up Kwan. What has Kwan done for us lately? Um, Looking at the hit category, he does have a hit in three. He has a hit in what? Let me see. At least a hit. If you guys want to put him in your hit parlays, is 7 of 10 and 16 of 20. So lately, his last few games been kind of spotty, right? But like I said, versus this pitcher's pitch mix, he looked okay, right? So he does have a hit in 16 of his last 20 games, though. So it is what it is. Consistency is key. He has been consistent, right? So it is what it is. Of course, the rest of the bats are in play. I'm just not pointing them out, right? I'm just looking at the bats that stood out to me, that stood out on paper. Okay, um, so to keep it moving here, we got the Boston Red Sox and the Miami Marlins here. We got an over under 8 in this spot, right? So we got Trevor Rogers on the mound. Okay, so here's a guy that we can take a look at here. Some splits because I didn't look at the splits, but I could show you guys right here. So and we know this team is going up against Boston. It's going to be a lefty heavy team here. So we already know what we want to do with this, right? So we're going to definitely take a look at some splits. Right now, home and away, his ERA is sitting at 5.0. Are you saying Chicago pitcher will give up a home run, will give up a home run or two, or maybe he's very strong. He's pretty decent. He's pretty decent, right? Eric Fetty, he can give up a bomb though. Let's see. Let me see. Eric Fetty. He can give up a bomb. Any pitcher can give up a bomb, right? So looking at Eric Fetty's numbers here right now. So his barrel percentage is meh, right? Around 7.5. Um, his hard percentage, everything you see in right here in red is pretty good. Expected batting average 237. Um, his hard hit percentage is down. Walk percentage is down. Taking a look at some of his numbers here, he's been okay. Fetty's been okay. So I'll show you some of his numbers here. Um, Game logs here. Lately, he's given up home runs. Lately, right? He's given up home runs in 3 of his last 4 games, but he ain't been. It ain't been nothing spectacular. When to start the season was kind of shaky. This was to start the season right here. He had given up 2 home runs to Detroit. He gave up 3 home runs to Cleveland. Right. Last time we seen Cleveland, he gave up 3 home runs to them. Okay. Um, um, but since then, like he had been kind of, chiming it down a little bit. But at the end of the day, pitchers can't give up bombs, right? They can't give up bombs. They can't. He gave up more than 1 home run twice this season. So at the end of the day, he's looking kind of okay, right? He's looking pretty okay. You know what I'm saying? As far as earned runs, I mean, when you give up more than I say you give up more than 3 runs, that's when your ass been in the danger zone. He's given up more than 3 runs, one, two, three, 4 times this season. So for a White Sox pitcher, he ain't been super, super, super bad, right? Innings pitched, he's been pitching his innings, right? He's been hitting his outs. 6 innings, 7 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, 5, 5, 6 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, 6 innings. So he's been pitching really good, right? He's been pitching pretty decent, I can't take nothing from him. The walk's been down. He's only went over the first month was pretty shaky for him. The first month was pretty shaky for him. After that, after the first month, he hasn't even given up more than 1 walk. So the command has been there, right? So at the end of the day, can they come out here and light his ass up? For damn sure they can come out here and light his ass up. Um, they can come out here and light him up. But at the end of the day, like I said, Fetty he's been an okay pitcher, right? For people who like to bet games, first fives and stuff like that, he's been okay. You know, he's been okay. But right here where we at with this Trevor Rogers, um, how many strikeouts do I think he's gonna get? He's not a big strikeout guy, right? And that's all contingent on the pitcher and all contingent on the team. So right now, the this Cleveland team don't strike out much. So uh, looking at the team first, right, versus right hand pitching, um, last 30 days, Cleveland, they are sitting at 18% K rate. As you can see, they 25th, right? It's only 30 teams. They 25th in strikeout, right? They're 25th in strikeouts. WRC plus means they can hit you, right? So they versus right hand pitching, they are 25th uh, in strikeouts with a 119 WRC plus. Those numbers are the last 30 days. Last 2 weeks, uh, as far as strikeouts, is Cleveland, they've moved up closer. So they went from 18% to 23%. So the last 2 weeks they've been striking out, but that depends on who they've seen, right? They could have seen a really, really high strikeout pitcher in that time. But historically, Cleveland hasn't been a team that strike out much, but things do change, right? As far as the pitcher, um, as far as the pitcher here, Eric Fetty, like he's not a high strikeout pitcher, right? So and then you can break it down to splits too. So let's see. More than likely he'll see so where are they? First of all, they are at Cleveland, right? And this is a lot. This splits kind of mean a lot most of the times. So they're on the road. Right now, he's got a 1.6 ERA at home, meaning he's pitching good at home. On the road, he's got a 4.4, meaning he's not pitching that good on the road, right? So going down here to some of his advanced numbers here, home and the road and away, as you can see, strikeout percentage at home is 24% overall. On the road, it goes down to 20%, right? On the road versus lefties, he has a for versus lefties, he has a 22% K rate. On the road versus righties, he has an 18% K rate, right? So at home, right, at home versus lefties, he has a 18% K rate. At home versus righties, he got a 30% K rate, 29.8. That's 30%, however you want to look at it. So he's definitely, at home versus righties, he's definitely better on the strikeout category. Versus on the road versus righties, he's at 18%. That's 11% more on, split between home and road. Okay. So it's a lot of stuff you got to look into. Um, Cedric said, I'm taking Cleveland for the spread. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I'll probably live bet and see how it goes. Might end up, I'll live bet and see how it goes. But at the end of the day, and then batting average, right? So at batting average, um, oh, Chicago spread. Okay, okay. Um, so batting average. So at home versus lefties, he's given up. He's got a one, not even a 200 batting average. And then pretty much the same, 198, 200 batting average at home versus lefties and righties. But on the road versus lefties and righties, he's got a 261 batting average and a 252 batting average. So both of his batting averages up like 50 and 60 points between home and road. That explains why his home ERA is 1.6 and his road ERA is 4.7. Clearly, he's worse on the road. So me, I want to target him on the at home when I do, right? And then taking a look at some of his numbers here. Let's take a look at some of his numbers to get the eye test to see what he's been doing. You can look and see what he's been doing at home versus on the road, right? So at home, right here, um, versus Detroit. This was the beginning of the season, right? So I will start looking when he started getting his groove would be right about here, right? Versus Kansas City Royals at home. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, right? No earned runs. At home versus Tampa Bay, he went 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs. One of them was a home run. The next game at home was versus Cleveland. So he faced them again. So he caught Cleveland right here on the road. Cleveland tagged him, right? They had 3 home runs, 4 earned runs. They had 3 home runs against him on the road. But then he caught Cleveland at home, right? He caught Cleveland at home. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, none, right? Then he caught Washington at home. He went 7 innings, no earned runs. Then he caught Baltimore at home. Impressive, right? 6.1 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. Then he caught the Dodgers at home, and whatever, right? They tagged him, right? But that just goes to show you these splits mean something, right? It's a whole bunch of shit you gotta look at, right? I take my time out to give you guys this motherfucking information every day, right? I take the time to give you guys this information every day. This shit for free. This is the shit. All this shit here is for free, number one, right? This is the shit that these motherfuckers go out and pay for, right? And I get it. Some people got to go to work. Da, 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 da. I work too. I'm getting ready to go to work. I'm getting ready to go to work. Cedric say, trust me, I'm learning from you. And that's if I reach one motherfucker, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about this because I'm not charging nobody for none of this shit, right? I just want motherfuckers to, I want people to, you live and learn. You know what I'm saying? But it's people that don't really want to learn. It's people that just want to go out there and just, receive and shit like that. He said, give me three, get home run. I have Manny, Cody Bellinger on the ticket already against those pitchers. Cody Bellinger got 5 home runs versus him. I'm definitely aware of that on the ticket already against those pitchers. They're going against and because they have given up home runs, right? So and that's what I was saying yesterday that I do look at that a lot, but I still need to go against the pitch mix and what these pitchers are throwing, and what these batters are hitting right now. And then Cedric said they just want to copy. Yeah, yeah. I need a lot of like-minded people around me. So if I need to know who I can trust. You know what I'm saying? You know, so at the end of the day, let's rewind it back, right? Let's rewind it back because I need to speed through this shit right now, right? Uh, so, like I was saying, we were looking at Trevor Rogers, right? So Trevor Rogers, his splits here, and I'm just gonna break it. I'm just gonna fuck. Let me see how I can do this. So it's gonna be. I'm thinking right now, me personally. So I'm looking at. I'm looking at. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. Okay. So I'm looking at, and you guys can pick your poison, right? You can pick your poison from here, right? So we're gonna look at Trevor Rogers. Okay, he's a lefty, right? Okay, so some of his numbers right here versus left-hand batters. So his K percentages is 12. That's bad. Versus left-hand batters, he's hitting he's giving up a 300 batting average, man. So that's just terrible, right? Versus lefties, right? The pitch mix looking like let's see. Okay, let's see. We're looking at a sinker, slider, fastball, changeup. Mm, sinker, slider, fastball, changeup. Uh, mm, then we're looking at Boston. Okay, so we're looking at Boston, right? Um, um, Omi says you guys want basketball knowledge. I mean baseball knowledge. Just I'm the guy to ask. Okay, that's good. Drop your plays, fam. Drop your plays, zombie. Drop your plays, fam. So at the end of the day, um, um, I mean, we looking at this is what we're looking at, right? I'll filter this quickly here. We'll bring it down here. Um, Jaron Duran looks really, really good, right? Versus pitcher space mix, we got green all the way around. Last month, 73 at bats, 27 hits, 370 batting average there, 450 458 ice Woba, 274 isolated power with a 93.5 exit velo. The K percentage in that range was almost 20%. Hard hit percentage is up, so it is what it is, right? In that span, he's got 10 extra base hits and 4 home runs, 6 balls launched, right? So that's what we like. Rafael Devers is self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It is what it is, right? Lately, for me, Jared Duran still sitting up there in the last few weeks. 13 hits, 6 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 419 batting average. K percentage is going down. That's what I want. I don't want no motherfuckers going out there striking out. You know what I'm saying? I could take that from Devers, right? I could take that from Devers. In that time span, Devers only has a 200 batting average versus this pitch mix. Isolated power is up. He's got 3 extra base hits and 3 home runs. Both of those guys look really, really good. Masaka Yoshida, he's been hitting, 333 in the last couple weeks. Last 7 days, we definitely can look here in the last 7 days. Jaron Duran, 11 at bats, 273 batting average versus pitch mix. Isolated power sitting at 545 with a 96 exit velo, right? You can look at Devers. His numbers are better than that. Exit velo at 100. 2 extra base hits, 200 runs apiece, right? So at the end of the day, Masaka Yoshida, Yoshida, but Jaron Duran and Rafael Devers are the guys that I really, really like from that side, right? So I don't have to really keep going back and forth to some of those numbers right there. I'll show you guys it is what it is. Other guys that I do have in there, Connor Wong. If I had to take it, if I had to rank these guys, it would be Jaron Duran, Rafael Devers, 1A, 1B, Tyler O'Neill, who's a righty, and he'll be 3, and Kanawan would probably be number 4. At the end of the day, I expect these guys to put up runs on somebody like him. Uh, I expect these guys to put up runs. So you can look at Boston. Bayo will give up a few runs here and there. We got an over under 8 in this spot. And then you can look at yeah, I do like Jaron and Devers, right? And I'll give you guys some numbers. I'll give you guys some numbers so you guys can see them, right? So even you can look at the Boston team total. Boston team total sitting at 4.5. Those are other ways that you could take a look at things. Definitely don't forget the live bet, right? Yesterday I did see hits, runs, and RBIs. Seemed like they didn't pull them out for everybody, but FanDuel is bringing hits, runs, and RBIs. They didn't put them out for everybody yesterday, though. And then speaking of Trevor Rogers, like I said, why I wanted to target Trevor Rogers. I'll show you guys. Trevor Rogers. Let's see. So looking at some of his splits here, he is at home. So he's got a 5 ERA at home. Um, he's got a 5 ERA at home and a 4.7 ERA on the road, right? We know this. We know this. This Boston lineup is going to be lefty heavy, left-handed batters heavy, right? So right now, in general, he's got a 282 batting average versus lefties and a 272-79 batting average versus righties. So we know this, right? We know this already. Looking at some of the advanced numbers here, he is at home, right? So at home, he's got a 25% K rate towards lefties. That's interesting, right? He got an 18% K rate towards righties, right? So the batting average is still up. 282, 282 versus lefties, 279 versus righties. Now, we can't if he comes out there with his strikeout shit working, then that's another story. Because why I point that out? Because versus left hand pitching, on the season, Boston is number 1 versus left-hand pitching, right? So that's one thing you got to look at. We can go back to the last 30 days. Boston is number 2 in strikeout versus left-hand pitching with 27%, but they also hitting them with a 130 WRC plus. Not only are they striking out, but they will hit you, okay? And they hitting you hard. They hit hard, right? When they own. Now, last 2 weeks, they moved down to 25th. I mean to 5th, but they still a 26%, 27% K rate with a 116 WRC plus. So they still hitting though. Last 7 days, probably small sample size here, not too much, right? The last 2 weeks, what sample size do we have? Because you don't see a lot of lefties. Last 2 weeks they had a not a big sample size, so I would look at the month, right? I would look at the month at the very least, and that was 318 plate appearances, 28% K rate, 130 WRC plus. They will hit you, right? And then they're gonna have bats coming from all angles, right? Don't be surprised if they hit that team total at 4.5. Okay, so it is what it is right there. Okay, I like those bats there. So to keep this from being extremely long, so I don't have to go into those numbers again like that. Because when I go into those numbers like that, that's what's going to make this video long, right? Just know I've been through it, okay? Now, yesterday we pointed out Alex Burson. What does he do? Go out there and hit 2 bombs. I didn't get what I wanted to get in yesterday because Baseball Savant was down. I was saying that, right? So my research was a little off. That's why I gotta be more, I gotta bring my other shit in, right? Jaron and Devers, right? I like Jaron and Devers. Now, everything ain't about a home run, bro. Everything's not about a home run with me, right? But these are 2 guys that can do it. Let's look at Jaron Duran, for instance. And then batters can be streaky, right? So let's look at Jaron Duran, right? So lately, he's got a hit. He's got at least a hit in 9 of his last 10 games, right? Last 20 games, he's got at least a hit in 18 of 20 games, okay? So he's got a hit in 18 of 20 games. Home runs in his last 10 games. He has he's got a home run in 3 games straight. So he's on fire, right? He's on fire right now. He's on fire right now. So at the end of the day, either you catch this train or you done miss this train. That's what it's gonna boil down with. He's got 5 home runs in the last 10 games, right? So he's definitely on my radar, and he's getting a pitch mix that he likes already. Rafael Devers, right? So let's look at Rafael Devers, okay? We're looking at at least a hit for Rafael Devers, okay? Just at least a hit, that's all. So right now, he's got a hit in one, two, four, what? 7 of his last 10 games. Last 20 games, he's got a hit in 14 of 20. Rewinding back to his last 10 um, home runs. Um, he's got a home run in 1, 2, 3, 4 of his last 6 games. He's been in fuego, right? And then if you don't know who he is, it's Devers, right? It's Devers. My favorite prop: hits, runs, and RBIs. Uh, Sitting at 1.5. Yes, please. Like he's hit this in 7 straight. No, I mean not 7 straight games. 7 of his last 10 games, and 65% of 13 of his last 20 games, right? So he's been balling, right? So that just sums it up. And then, like I said, I do like Tyler O'Neill, right? He's another guy who can hit lefties, right? But he's a righty. Jaron Duran and Devers, they're lefties, right? So his numbers, I haven't taken a look at his numbers. He's got at least a hit in 6 of his last 10 and 12 of his last 20. The home runs for him, I haven't been seeing him pop out that much in the home run category. 2 of his last 10. We do know he can go yard though, right? We do know that, and it is what it is. Versus this pitch mix, it is what it is, right? He's decent. You think Reynolds goes for 2 hits? He could, he could, he could, he could, he could. I don't know if I would bet on it. Like I said, I like to bet hits, runs, and RBIs. The 2 hit markets like India's and all that, those guys, it is what it is, right? So what's good? We're ready to crack them folks again. What we cooking up in the kitchen, Chef Boy D? Chef Boy D, I like that. I like that name. We cooking up. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking. Um, he said, do this site calls. Yeah, they sponsor my YouTube channel, so I do got a link. You can go to my YouTube channel. I can give you the link however you want to do it. You sign up with that link. You'll get a free trial. This is called Outlier. You'll get a free trial here. And if you decide to move forward with it, it's $20 a month for the baseline, but the free trial gonna give you everything. And once you sign up, you need to sign up with my link though. Because if you decide to move forward and pay the $20 a month, for 1 month, whatever months, then of course I get a kickback. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it funky with you. They you no, I just had it over 2 hits. No, don't look at what I got it over. I was just clicking on anything just to put them in my player pool. This is my player pool right here. I just click on anything just to put it in my player pool. Everything over here, when you see a batter over here, that's just, I'm just putting them over there for these guys I know that's going to get a hit. If I tell you otherwise, then I tell you otherwise. That's just, when I click on their name, that's just to put them in my player pool. Most of these batters, I put them in there last night. I didn't even do this shit this morning. Came in from work last night about 12 o'clock. Oh, that's why you was asking. Oh, yeah, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that, bro. Don't look at that. Just look at the names and what I say about them. Don't look at that. I need to start putting them in there just for a hit. That's all. No, don't look at that, bro. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Or you can just be like, what you like for such and such. I tell you. Like when I say, these guys here from Baltimore, from Boston, each one of these guys can give you a hit all the way up to a home run. When I put these motherfuckers over here just for baseline, just baseline hits, bro. Just baseline hits. If you want to know what I think they can do, I'll tell you what I think they can do. Right? It just takes a lot of time to decipher through these, put them in there for what I like. No, I just got them right there just so I know, so I don't forget. I put this list together. This is nothing but a list. I put this list together last night, and just to know my player pool. Then I wake up in the morning and then I record. Right? So that's all it is. I go through all these better stats, and then bring y'all the information, right? Bring y'all the information, okay? Um, so I'm just gonna go down the line because I don't want this to be longer than, what is it? We up to 45 minutes now. I need to get out of here. So, like I was saying, we had got to this game, right? So Brian Reynolds, you know what? I'm taking Cruz down. He's home run or bust, right? But I'm gonna just leave it at Brian Reynolds. And if I had to get to a bat on the Cardinal side, at least for a hit or something like that, would be Alec Burleson, right? Alec Burleson, he's been he's been on one, right? He's been consistent. You know what I'm saying? Just even if you just want to add somebody to hit parlays, something like that, I might not get to him because my favorite bat is Reynolds, but I can't deny what he's been doing. Excuse me, man. He got a hit in 12 of his last 20 games. He just had a home run yesterday, but he's not that big of a power hitter. That it's just his numbers look pretty good to me, right? And now let me plug up my computer because this whining over here talking about my shit whining. It want to be plugged up. Okay. He said I just took two bases for both of them. um, let's see. Like I said, we went over Stevie Kwan. Now, the Mets, right? This is another case of I like a lot of bats, and all these motherfuckers popped up green, right? He said I want a decent parlay to put together. I do a few of them, but I play straights. I play at least like 20 straights a day. So you know, parlays. I don't know, man. I bet straights, man. I bet straights. You can look at my page and just look at them. I throw some parlays in there, but I do straights, man. I do straights. Um, Vientos looks really, really good, right? Vientos for looks really, really good. Lindor looks really good. Nemo looks really, really good, right? I don't know how I would rank these guys. I don't know how I would rank these guys. Just pay attention. Check out my page. I put up a four-man parlay yesterday that smacked. That Dodgers game, I put that up yesterday that smacked. Um, it was like a plus 500 or something like that, but that cashed. Just got to be on the lookout. Got to be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? I posted that. I posted it on Facebook, but got to be on the lookout, man. You know? Say parlays get you hurt and have you crying in the dark for sure. The mission is a profit and not deposit, man. Straight to have you not depositing, man. I ain't got nothing against parlays. I love them. I just know not. I know to stay my distance from them. You know, I love them. How else you gonna hit the big bucks? But you got to do your straights. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right? Straights help you identify your personal best plays. Then you can use all the then you can use all the everything else. You know what I'm saying? The alternates and stuff like that. You gotta know what books to use. Stack the Rockets today. Brendan Rodgers is a beast. Yes, he is. Nolan Jones, I like that, but I do like the lefties from Baltimore. I mean, from Milwaukee. That's why you see Christian Walker as my thumbnail, and possibly one of my top bats today. Okay. Um, I'm learning to get away from parlays. Okay, for sure. Now, Vientos, Francisco Lindor, Brandon Nemo. I can't talk you off what this team has been doing. This team has been in fuego, right? I'm thinking, and JD Martinez. I was going to be all over JD Martinez yesterday, but he got scratched. I'm thinking Nemo was I want to say was my top bat in this one here. I forgot who it was. I have to go back and look. I could probably bulk look at it right here. Let me see. I could probably bulk look at it right here. Give you guys a quick. Let me see. What was that? New York Mets, right? Because I did forgot how I wanted to rank these guys, right? And the games don't come on until later on, right? So, mm, who are they pitching against? New York Mets versus New York Mets. Um, Mitchell Parker. Um, Pitch mix here. Full sim. He's throwing that full sim 50% of the time, followed by the slider 30% of the time, and then the curveball, right? So full seamer, four seamer, four seamer, mm, change up, four seamer slider, curveball. So this is lefties, right? Oh, hold on, let me see something here. Hmm. So, Brandon Nemo on the lefty side, right? So, uh, let's just go. Let's look at the last month, right? Um, so the strikeout percentage versus this pitch mix is up there, right? His strikeout percentage is 37 and a half. Man, that's pretty high. You know what I'm saying? He was on a hitter. I remember one time he was on a 19 game hitter streak, but um, let's filter to his two last 3 weeks here. Um, so that'll be about 9 at bats. Um, 4 hits in that time span. 3 of them extra base hits. Even the last week down here, the last 7 days. I mean, he's pretty green, right? He's pretty green, right? He's pretty green. So if you want to look at him for at least a hit baseline, be my guest, right? At least a hit baseline, be my guest, right? And the versus righties, we're gonna look at the fastball curveball splitter. We'll look at the fastball curveball splitter. Mm. Then we're looking at so let me see right hand. Wait. Now we're looking at the righties, right? So we big green, right? That's over the last few months, though. We're gonna slide back for the last month there. Um, we still in the green, like we green, and this is where I'm coming from with Vietnos, right? I really like Vietnos, but and 12 at bats don't have he doesn't have a lot of bats like the rest of the guys. 5 hits, 4 extra base hits, 4 of them, and 4 home runs. Launch balls are up there. Barrel percentage is 33%. Hard hit percentage is up at 75%, but the strikeout is pretty high, really high. Um, that's the 417. That's the 417 batting average. That's why it's important. Waiting for the lineups to come out. See who's in the lineups. So you can check the pitch mix. You can check who's strikeouts. You know what I'm saying? You can check who strike out versus this pitch mix. All that, right? Go back to last what? Go back to the last 2 weeks. Um, we go back to the last 2 weeks here. Vietnam's is at the top. 7 at bats, 3 hits, 3 extra base hits, along with 3 home runs. Um, 3 balls launched. K percentage go down a tad bit, like 2. But at the end of the day, 5 ball percentage is up at 40. It's around 40%. Would like to see it being higher, but it is what it is. Francisco Alvarez, he's been on fire in the last few weeks. Harrison Bailey has been okay. You know what I'm saying? He always pops out for me in that category, right? And then last but not least, the last week, like I say, JD Martinez versus this pitch mix, he got 3 at bats, extra base hit and a home run. Um, um, mm, so Alvarez looked pretty good in the last week. Just gotta wait to see who's going to be in this in the lineup, right? So there it is, right? There it is. So those are best. At least look for those guys to get a hit or something like that. Um, McNeil has been sneaky lately. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Santana? What's up, Santana? Let's make this money. What's up, Brian? How you doing, Brian? So at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Um, it's 54 minutes in the books here. So, like I said, I need to roll back. Now, Astros and wait. Okay, so yeah, so couldn't talk off none of these guys at least for a hit. Um, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, of course, just bomb candidates, right? Those guys are bomb candidates. I like Aaron Judge. It is what it is. Brian D says, I love this channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words, bro. I appreciate the kind words, bro. So I want to try to speed through this so I could just get out of here. I'll be all day with this. Y'all know I would, man. The days that I got time, I'll go ahead and go out, but it's already been an hour. So um, just know I went through these bats extensively, okay? Um, Judge, I don't even have to tell you about Judge. Y'all know what the deal is. Soto looked good, okay? Don't pay attention to this numbers, whatever I got them down there for. These are always a hit from all the way up to a home run. Altuve looked really good, right? So I couldn't talk about Altuve's numbers. I like Altuve hit all the way up to a home run. Vladdy hit all the way up to a home run. Ronel Blanco. What I do, I have interest in Ronel Blanco's pitching outs. I have interest in it. Don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger. Kind of scared of this. Kind of scared of this Toronto's offense as of late. Justin Turner was, but Blanco you know what I'm saying? He got a no hitter. He got caught cheating with the shit. Come back still almost threw another no hitter after he got caught cheating. Like, who is this guy, right? So it is what it is. Now, Giants and Braves, right? So what I'm looking at here, Eloy Ramos can take anybody deep. Matt Chapman got a home run or two off of off of off of Chris Sale. You know what I'm saying? Already. Soler, he crushes lefties. But it's Chris Sale, right? So you gotta pump those brakes because all these guys' numbers look good versus lefties, but you got to look at the pitcher, right? You're going up against Chris Sale, a monster, right? So at the end of the day, I can't discredit this team because what have they been doing to lefties? Somehow they've been crushing them, right? So let's see. WRC plus for San Francisco Giants. 20% K rate, 122 WRC plus versus lefties on the season. That's interesting, right? Last 30 days versus lefties. They continue to somehow crush lefties. Team don't look like shit on paper. 18% K rate, that's very low. 344 plate appearances, that's decent. 150 WRC plus over the course of 30 days. Lefties' ass are in trouble when they see this month, when they see this team. However, last 2 weeks versus lefties. This is the last one I'm gonna filter it to. Last 2 weeks versus lefties. San Francisco Giants, 139 plate appearances, 20% K rate, 145 WRC plus, showing that they will hit lefties. Now, but we know Chris Sale. Chris Sale is a beast, right? Let's look at Sale. Um, And let's put everything in perspective because people are going to want to go to Chris Sale, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to, matter of fact, let's just do it right here, okay? The channel that sponsors me. Let's take a look at Sale right here. Now I still need to look at some of his advanced numbers though, but to show you guys, let's look at his Ks, right? So on the season, his K prop is sitting at 8, 7.5. Lately, he's been in fuego. Got a rough start here, rough start early, but from here on out, from June 1st, he hit his number. This case every game except for two. In that time span, he has not faced San Francisco Giants. In fact, he hasn't faced the San Francisco Giants this year, right? It's a new team, new whatever, right? So he hasn't faced them this year. He has not. Splits for Chris Sale here. He got 2.8 ERA at home, 2.7 ERA on the road. He looks good. Batting average versus lefties in general, 180. Batting average versus righties in general, 207. Now let's break it down to what he's doing to a T, right? So advanced numbers here. Um, K percentage to lefties, 32%. K percentage to righties, 32%. He's on the road, correct? Oh, he's at home. He's at home. Interesting. I'm quite sure his K percentage is probably higher at home, right? So, um, at home versus lefties, He's got a 31% K rate at home versus righties. He got a 29% K rate. Now on the road, both of his K rates goes up higher. Food for thought for the future. 35% K rate on the road to lefties, 35% K rate on the road to righties. He's doing that shit higher on the road. Now, averages at home versus lefties, 146 batting average, and righties 221, right? At the end of the day, I still think he's gonna get his K shit. I can show you guys here. Let's see. This guy is that dude, right? He gonna be that dude. He gonna be that dude. He played for San Francisco. He gonna be that dude. So let's just take a general look at who could be in this lineup because the lineups aren't out, and I'll show you some of the K percentages for some of these bats, right? He's trying to get 8 Ks, right? So strikeout percentage, Ramos, that's what we were just talking about. He's a strikeout target. That's one. Chapman, that's two. VI won't be in the lineup. I don't know who else there would be in the lineup. Soler, that's three. Mike Yastrzemski, that's four. Confronto, if he's in the lineup, that's five. Slater, if he's in the lineup, that's six. Anything over, I want to say 22%, that's considered a K heavy guy. Now, what I was looking at last night, I did not list Lamonte Wade Jr., but versus his pitch mix, he don't strike out. Number one. Number two, Lamonte Wade Jr., he had been hurt, right? But against Sales pitch mix, he don't strike out. He don't strike out like that. His strikeout percentages is like in a single digits. So this is a guy that could be pesky, right? Expected batting average for him is 309. Keep in mind, he ain't been back. He ain't been back. His boy can hit. This boy can hit. They're gonna have him. They're gonna have Soler. We have Ramos. They should have Chapman in the lineup. And I don't know who else they're going to have in the lineup, right? So at the end of the day, these are the guys right here. These are the guys that if you think Chris Sale gets hit, these the boys that's going to hit him. I didn't put Chapman. I mean, not Chapman. I didn't put Lamonte Wade Jr. Lamonte Wade Jr. deserves to be up here. These guys, I'm not betting on these guys. I'm just telling you that right now. But if you think, hey man, I would just want to go against them, these are the guys that you're gonna take, right? That just sums it down. Okay, Manny Machado looked really this Padres versus Rangers game. Manny Machado looked really good. Jackson Merrill let me down yesterday. He looked okay. Manny looked okay. Manny can be frustrating. I don't bet on Manny. Kyle Hyatt, Higa, just call him Higa. He looks he looked okay as well, right? So in this matchup, I couldn't talk off these guys for a hit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. You can look at Kyle Higa. He hits for power, right? That's what he does, right? He hits for power. I like him versus that pitch mix. He's got 3 home runs in his last 10 games. Just a guy that pretty much goes under the radar, right? 6 hits in his last 10. So it is what it is, right? But yeah, those are the guys that I'm looking at there. And Manny Machado, like I said, he's not a guy that I bet on that much, but versus that pitch mix, he did look pretty good. Okay, so Manny Machado is in play along with Jackson Merrill. He should be looking at a bounce back game. Now, Philadelphia and the Cubs, right? So definitely got a good pitching spot here. Only thing about this guy here, Wheeler, Wheeler, right? He's pitching his worst I want to say on the road versus lefties, right? So that's where you probably want to target Wheeler at, right? Going up against Shota and Manana. Two decent pitchers. No Harper, no Harper, no Schwarber. So I got love for that. You know what I'm saying? I like that for Imanyana, whatever the case may be. Imanyana can give up the long ball as well. He can give up a bomb too. Either way, long story short, Zach Wheeler, looking at his splits here, he's a great pitcher, don't get me wrong. But looking at his splits here, uh, he got a 1.76 ERA at home, but on the road, right? On the road, he got a 4.35, right? ERA, right? So, just in general, Batting average versus lefties is 2.18. I mean, 218, and a 164 batting average versus righties. To break it down to a T, we're gonna look at the advanced numbers here. On the road versus lefties, he's giving up a 253 batting average, right? He will give up a bomb to lefties though. 275 2.75 home runs per nine on the road versus lefties. So lefties got a chance to hit bombs on them. Hence, got what's the name? Cody Bellinger got 5 home runs off of him. Hap, he's a switch. He can get on the left side, hit a home run off of him, right? And then the one a bat that popped for me was Michael Bush, right? So he's the young kid for Chicago Cubs, but he's a lefty, right? So and then the pitch mix was a right hand batter, and that was damn what's his name? Fuck, shit, he popped for me as well. So long story short, he pitches his worst at home on the road. Seiya Suzuki, right? Michael Bush, and then Cody Bellinger got 5 home runs versus him, and Hap got a home run versus him, right? These are the two guys that look best versus his pitch mix right now. Seiya Suzuki is a righty, Michael Bush is a lefty. Keep in mind, like I said, he's pitching his worst on the road. Now, when you're looking at strikeouts shit here, on the road, on the road versus righties, he's got a 29% K rate versus righties, but versus lefties, he's only got an 18% K rate on the road. Now at home he's laying motherfuckers down, right? He's got a 27% K rate at home versus lefties, versus on the road versus lefties is 18%. At home versus righties, he got a 31% K rate versus on the road is 29%. Both of them high. Now, I can't my Chicago Cubs, right? I can't go without dogging their ass too, right? So I gotta dog their ass out because why? Because versus right hand pitching on the season, they are number 6 at 25% K rate with a 96 WRC plus, right? Now, last 30 days versus right hand pitching, um, last 30 days versus right hand pitching, Chicago Cubs, 25% K rate, 96 WRC plus, 25% K rate, right? Number 4 in the league is striking out. Last 2 weeks versus righties, they are number 2 in striking out at 28%, 107 WRC plus. So I can't shit on everybody else and don't shit on the Cubs. Cubs have been ass. They've been striking out. If you want to filter this versus right hand pitching at home, we can take a look. Last 2 weeks, still number 2. But at home, they had a 122 WRC plus versus right hand pitching, which is interesting. That's high. Last 30 days at home versus right hand pitching, um, number 6, 24% K rate. And at home on the season, they are fourth for striking out. So they're still striking out. I just had to give you guys each and every facet of the game, right? I didn't look at Shota. I gotta look at his numbers, man. I don't feel like looking at it right now. I'll look at it at work when I get to work. But that's just my breakdown and information of that Cubs game right there, right? I can't dog Wheeler without dogging the Cubs. Can Wheeler hit his strikeouts? Yes, the fuck he can. Is there value there? Probably not. Where's the strikeout prop sitting at 7.5? He should hit that, but there's times where Wheeler went on the road and motherfuckers start crying, right? So it's 6.5 and a minus 142. To get to 7.5 would be the value of the plus 142. If he was at home, it would be 7.5, right? They know his splits. The books know this. Everything I'm telling you and will ever tell you, the books know, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm not an expert. I'm just the messenger, right? Now, Kansas City Royals and the Rays game, right? So Salvador Perez looked pretty good. His pitch mix looked pretty good for me, right? Here's a guy that can give you a bomb, okay? He can give you a bomb. Vinny Pasquantino, he looked okay. Versus the pitch mix, he don't strike out. Isbell and these guys, they popped. I don't want to, if I could for a hit or something. I guess right. Same thing with Pasquantino for a hit or something. But I don't even know why I even got him up there like that. But you can't deny it because shit, motherfuckers get the hitting home runs left and right. You know what I'm saying? But Salvador Perez, if I had to take any one of these guys right here from this game, would be Salvador Perez for a bomb, right? Randy Rosarena can get one out of there. Yandy Diaz can lead off, get one out of there. Those are the two best that I like from that I would like from the other side. But I don't know if I want to play them. They just look the best. Now we get to the Brewers and the Rockies game, right? If you don't know about Coors, then you don't know about Coors. I mean, I'm just saying. We got a over under 11 and a half in the spot. Christian Yelich, going right back to the well. I took him for a home run from our Dinger Tuesday yesterday. He's got two bombs off of Hudson. Hudson is pitching his worst towards left-hand batters. I'm looking at Christian Yelich. I'm looking at Bryce Terrain. I mean, whatever his first name is. I'm looking at Terrain. I'm looking at South Frelick again. So it is what it is. I almost hit a monster same game parlay versus this team. I'm going right back to the well. I'm going right back to the well. Going right back to the well in this game here. Couldn't talk you off the over here. I lean towards the over. I always lean towards the over. Not always, but 11 and a half. You already know. And if you don't know about Colorado, this ballpark produces close to the most home runs in the league with the altitude and things like that. So I like the lefty batters here. Uh, let's see. For sure, Doyle. For sure, Doyle. For sure, Doyle. What did I have here? I just didn't list all them. I didn't list all them because I didn't feel like I took the best bat. I took the best bat, but Doyle's been on fire. Doyle been on in fuego, bro. He's been in fuego. Them probably the top two bats, Yelich and Doyle, right? When I look at this Brewers game, I expect everybody to know that anybody can get that smoke in this ballpark. You know what I'm saying? That's when I look at when I look at the Brewers game. That's what I look at. You know what I'm saying? The pitch mix, everything lined up beautiful for Yelich. He's been on one as of late. This is just the hits category where He's had two hits or better in four of his last six games. He hasn't been. You took Yelich for bases, okay, for sure. He hasn't been giving me the power that I really, really wanting that home run power. But bases is always something that you can look at. Hits, runs, and RBIs. That's my favorite prop. You guys already know that. He's hit his hits, runs, and RBIs in five of his last six games. Um, Numbers always tend to be inflated in Coors Field, so you're not going to get most of the regular lines that you would get anywhere else, right? Um, RBIs, man. I can't stress it enough. You guys got to bet RBIs, man. RBIs, man, for any general team, man. RBIs, every look, 99% of the books, 99% of the props are plus money for RBIs. I cannot stress this enough. You just got to know how to predict game flow and know who the RBI spots, which ain't that hard. Every RBI is plus money. Okay, every RBI is plus money. Every RBI is plus money, man. Every RBI. And then don't get this. Look at your home run hitters. People sleeping. They taking motherfuckers for home runs. You can take motherfuckers for two RBIs. Two RBIs. 460, 45, 500, 500, 500. You know what I'm saying? 600, 600, 600. You can take a motherfucker for two RBIs. And it's lit. And it's lit. FanDuel did put the hits, runs, and RBIs up there, Perk. They did. It was in the battle props, but they wouldn't put them up there for everybody, right? And that's the shit I don't like because they did the same thing with the pitching guys last year. They'll flash them, and then they won't flash them. Now I feel like they have to put them up there to counter DraftKings with that DraftKings with that with that two home run prop because shit I've been smacking those. I've been hitting those, right? I just went three or five with those yesterday. I have no problem Those are, I should have posted. I'm sorry I didn't post it, but I took a round robin and went 3 or 5 on a round robin. Then I straight bet it. I didn't even bet 5 of them. I straight bet it 4 of them. Yeah, I mean 3 of them. 3 of them. I bet straight bet it 4 of them and missed one. So instantly came out profited right there. So that's a hell of fat ass prop. That's a hell of a prop. I don't know how long they're gonna be doing that shit. Uh, he said, "Man, I need to tap in. Man, I come in at night. Man, I come in at night at 12, and get on here for about 3 hours. Wake back up, stream with y'all. Now I'm finna get ready to leave out the door in 2 more hours and go back to work, bro. You know, if I wasn't here just giving y'all information and doing this, I would have my shit. I look out for more motherfuckers than I look out for myself. You know." But this is what we do it for. I want people to learn, and we need more motherfuckers to, you know what I'm saying, to know the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Need more motherfuckers to know the real deal and not be blind. There's too many people that want tickets. That's fine. That's fine. When you see what people is on, and when you're able to look at the tickets and decipher what's good and what's not, you just take a pic. Just give me the link. No. I mean, okay, yeah, you can take the link, but you still gotta cross check this shit. You might want to take somebody off. Shit like that. You gotta know. You got to know. Bats here. Bats that stood out to me right here for this last game here was going to be not this last game, but where were we? Okay. Rengifo and Zach Nito, right? Um, those are the best that stood out to me in this Angels game. Graded out well, looked pretty good. Y'all already know. I showed y'all what I do, things that I do. Y'all already know. The pitch mix looked good versus this pitch mix. I liked it. You can look at these guys for a hit, whatever the case may be. Hits all the way up to a home run, whatever the case may be. I will tell you that the power numbers that I seen from Soda Storm in the last week or so is wee, just undeniable, man. Undeniable, man. He has some nice ass power numbers. Now, um, for value, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. So, for value here, this is a value spot. Okay, this is a value spot. Davis Daniels hadn't pitched that much. Okay, he only pitched what, one game the season versus Detroit. He gave him 8 Ks, right? He gave him 8 strikeouts. That's good. Now, we want to look at this is where you get value around the 5, 4.5, 5.5 slot because you can go up to 7 to 8 Ks, shit like that. But this is where you're going to get value at versus right hand pitching on the season. This Oakland A's team, they're striking out the second most time, 27%, 92 WRC plus, right? Speaking of not only striking out, but uh, he did go 8 innings that game, right? So just keep that in mind, right? So we had 8 strikeouts and 8 innings, okay? So rewind back to where we were was now last 30 days versus right hand pitching. Um, Oakland still number 2 up under who? Seattle. The 2 top strikeout teams, the 3 teams we've targeted the most this season: Seattle, Oakland, and Pittsburgh. Now, Oakland, 80 WRC plus. I love that for pitching outs. 27.9. I love that for strikeouts. So, it is what it is, right? Um, that's the last 30 days, last 2 weeks versus right hand pitching. Oakland, number 3, 28%, 83 WRC plus, still down, right? Last 7 days, however you fuck you want to look at it, they still striking out 28%, 83 WRC plus, 167 plate appearances. They still striking the fuck out, right? 2 teams that's just not doing good right now. Um, and I'm looking at his regular strikeout line is starting off at what? Five. Davis Daniel at 5.5 at plus money. First game of the season, he goes out there versus Detroit, give him 8 innings, 8 innings, 8 Ks, right? 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, right? If you just want to get to 7 strikeouts, you can get a plus 215. 8 strikeouts, you get a plus 440. You know, I'm not out here pushing parlays. I'm not pushing parlays. I know I do a lot of straights, right? I don't mind taking the L. I don't mind taking his strikeouts at 5.5 and missing. Because what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm taking them at 5.5, and I'm gonna end up taking them at 6.5, at 6, and I'm gonna end up taking them. I mean, at 7, I'm end up taking them at 8. I don't have a problem with missing on both of them. If the read is there and all that, then I'm gone with it, right? I'm gone with it. When was this though? Because I think, was he hurt? Let me see. 627. So this was right. Okay, so we on par. We on par. Now, even if you want to take a look at, let's take a look at Davis Daniels just to make sure it wasn't a fluke, right? We can take a look at some of his numbers. Let's take a look at some of his let's take a look at some of his hmm uh let's take a look at some of these minor league numbers, right? So, um 76 innings pitched, 82 strikeouts. That's over a strikeout per inning right there. So that's letting me know that he was, what I'm saying, he was striking motherfuckers out. That what he was. Home runs. I mean, one, two, three, four. He's giving up four home. He had a home run hit against him in four of out of all these games, four. So that's okay for me, right? That's okay for me. Now his pitching outs, right? His pitching outs are sitting at 17 and a half plus money. That means he gets to go 6 innings, right? That means he got to go 6 innings. I'm probably gonna end up taking stab there, right? And then where you can go to a book, since FanDuel not gonna let you put those together, right? But you can come over to like I said, I know I sound like a broken record, but you can come over to ESPN Bet. And if you desire to put these guys together, you can. Okay, so I mean, if you desire to put those bets together, the pitching outs and the strikeouts, you can do it here on over here because FanDuel won't let you do it. DraftKings won't let you do it. Okay, so at the end of the day, here you can take his pitching out to the so it's minus 120 over here, but that's the price you pay, right? Then you can come over here and take his strikeouts. You can actually come over here and take his strikeouts at an alternate number as well. No book gonna let you do this. This is the only book gonna let you shake it down to 4.5 Ks, 17 and a half pitch outs. So that's a plus 121 right there. You can get to 6.5, and if you want to be greedy, and the pitching outs are at 275, or his regular line 5.5, and the pitching outs at 17 and a half. Just showing you guys the flexibility that these other books give you, right? And like I said, this books here, just like DraftKings, they give you the options to have unders, right? Run scored. Not only can you take the over, but you can take the under, right? You're doing bankroll builders. Singles. Not only can you take the over one single, but you can take the under 1.5 singles. So if you're doing bankroll builders, there's a lot of motherfucking ways you can get paid over here. You want to take you can take over one RBI, you can take over 1.5 RBIs, but you can also take under, right? At the end of the day, we hustling. At the end of the day, ain't no shame in my game. We hustling. I'll be banging out the motherfucking plus 100s all day long. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Because the books don't care when they put your money in their pocket. They do not care, bro. So at the end of the day, you can take advantage of all of this shit, man. Under to record a win, they have the yes and they have the no. You know what I'm saying? Hit a home run, they have yes home run, they have no home run, right? So take advantage of them no's if you got to. Like I said, man, it's over 5,000 MLB games a day. I mean, a year. So he said, I did a 2-run RBI play with Devers, Otani, Judge, Lowe, Carlos Santana, and Jordan. Round robin. Okay, nice. So am I going to ladder? Most likely I'm gonna allow. Yes, I'm gonna allow it, bro. I have no choice, right? I have no choice. If he hit that, if he can give me 7Ks, I'll be satisfied. 8Ks, I'll be lovely. You know, the 6, 7, 8. That's what I would do because that's where the value's at. You know what I'm saying? When you catch that sweet spot, that's a sweet spot. 5.5Ks, 4.5Ks, you can get value on that. You can get value on that. Is he gonna go out there and do it? No. Does the number support it? Yes. Has he done it this season? Yes. Um, and the last one, right? Like, um, the last game here is okay. So you got Logan Gilbert, right? So we got Logan Gilbert on the mound. Okay, so here's the thing. So let me just let me do this real quick, right? So Logan Gilbert is a good pitcher, right? You cannot forget that these pitchers you have good pitching. Okay, don't forget that, right? So I'm gonna show you who looks good versus his pitch mix, and we're gonna finish this out. Now I'm gonna just go to the lefties for right now. I've already tell you that I had already put I had already put Jordan Westburg. He's a righty, right? I had already put him to the side. Somebody who I think can at least get a hit. Okay, his numbers are, versus this pitch mix looks good, but the pitcher, you gotta look at the pitcher as well, man. This kid, he's pretty good at home. On the road, I probably would have tried him, right? But I'm gonna give you guys some numbers here, and I'm up out of here, right? I'm gonna give you guys some numbers here. Logan Gilbert, Logan Gilbert, Logan Gilbert. Okay. Um, versus his pitch mix. We're gonna look at the lefties. Okay. And of course we're gonna be green. It's Baltimore, right? Like, of course it's gonna be green. So, I'll just look at the last 6 weeks, okay? um, Now, these motherfuckers green as hell, right? Versus his pitch mix. This is the pitch mix. This is the pitch mix here. This is not versus this pitcher. This is versus what the pitcher throws, right? This is what I go by all the time, right? So, um, and then I don't even have to really just go off into it, right? Let's take Gunnar Santander for example. 70 at bats, 19 hits versus this here, 9 extra base hits, 8 bombs, right? 11% barrel rate, 30% hard hit, and versus this pitch mix, his K percentage is down at 14%. That's what I like there. Gunner, 12 extra base, 23 hits, man, 12 extra base hits, 6 home runs, 6 balls launched, along with Santander. He had 9 balls launched, 62% hard hit rate. Um, what the hell? What the fuck? What you want me to say, right? I could go down to the last 3 weeks to try and narrow some shit down a little bit more, but what you want me to do? What you want me to say? It's them. Those guys are them, right? So, um, 424 batting average for the last 3 weeks versus this pitch mix. Gunner, 424 batting average. Cedric Mullins, 420, 462 batting average. Jordan Westburg, 393 batting average, along with Ryan Hearn with a 310 batting average versus this pitch mix. Um, Jordan Westburg will strike out against this motherfucking pitch mix at 31%. Cedric Mullins at 7%. Gunnar Henderson at 16%. Anthony Santander at 21%. So they look pretty good. Scrolling right here at the last 7 days versus pitch mix. No home runs for Gunnar Henderson. He's still hitting 364. 97 exit velo. Um, None of those balls were launched in the last week, and 11 at bats there. Anthony Santander, 8 at bats, one extra base hit, one home run, 375 batting average versus this very pitch mix, 375 isolated power, right? That's crazy right there, right now. That's crazy. What you think about the rookie Hurston for a hit, for a home run, for a hit? Oh, I don't know. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. Matter of fact, let me see. It's so early. It's early. It's so early. I would say wait till the lineups come out first, and we'll see if he's in the lineup, right? Because anybody can get a hit. What you need to consider is uh, what you got to, like I said, what you got to take in consideration. All that green is fine. It's fine, right? But it got to match some in some shape or form sometimes, right? So you got to look at the picture. Could they tee off on his ass? Yeah, they could tee off on him. Yeah, they could tee off on him, right? Yeah, they could tee off on him. But we got to look at it. We got to take the picture into consideration. So his splits, right? Man, they got a nice ass pitching staff over here. However, he's got a 270 ERA both ways, home and road, right? His batting average at home let's look at it versus lefties, 189 versus righties 200, right? So he's man, man, right? Um, at home versus lefties and righties, right? He's giving up a 184 batting average for home versus lefties. I mean, at home. At home versus lefties, he's giving up a, ooh, not even 100 batting average, right? And then at home versus righties, that's who's hitting him. That's who's hitting him, right? That's where it's getting hit at home versus righties. And then on the road versus lefties, right? That's where he's getting hit at home versus righties, on the road versus lefties. So that's why I know I had that's why I know I had that's why I had my boy right here, because that's one of his, worst splits. That's why I had Jordan Westberg right here, right? Because he's a righty, and you know what I'm saying. That's the pitcher's worst split statistically. Okay, statistically, by the numbers, as you can see, we only got an over under 7 in this spot here, so we can't be, you know what I'm saying. We only can the Baltimore Orioles go out there and give his ass 10 runs? Hell yeah, they could. They can go out there and give him 10 runs, but on paper, this is just what it is. Now, um, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be a live betting situation. If they start getting under his ass, I'm gonna be live betting for sure. I already know that. When they get to running them hits runs and RBIs up, I'm gonna be honest. As far as the side in this game, look, the offense, of course, by a mile, I get a lean towards Baltimore. But if Gilbert out there dealing, then you can't even. I mean, that's the name of the game. That's the pitcher. That's pitching is a big equation of what happens in the game. Now, Kramer, we are going up against the number one team striking out in the league, right? So don't forget that. One, if not top, whatever the case may be. Kramer, right? He's coming back off injury, right? So, um, Kramer, triceps, is expected to be activated from the 15-day injury list to start Wednesday's game in Seattle. Kramer will make his return to the major league rotation after missing 6 weeks of action with the right tricep strain. The right-hander struggled to a 11.42 ERA with 9 strikeouts, while surrendering 4 home runs over 8.2 innings in the 3 rehab outings with AAA Norfolk. As a result of Kramer's addition to the rotation, Corbin Burnes will be pushed back to make his next start in Thursday series finale against the Mariners. So, at the end of the day, I'm up. Chris Corbin Burnes been pushed back. I can't wait to that game. Rack me up, rack me up. I'm taking his Ks and his pitching outs as soon as the lineup comes out. That's one thing. So right now, I can actually fade this game, but I mean, I can fade the pitching here. But what I will say is, let me see, Kramer, right? Kramer, Kramer does have some case stuff, right? His pitching, his strikeouts came out at 4.5. Strikeouts came out at 4.5. And speaking of that double A, I can show you guys what went on too. So let's take a look, right? Let's take a look. Take a look at his game log. So he he went out here and pitched 3 innings versus St. Louis, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Then versus Philly, he got his ass toe up. He couldn't even get out the first inning. He faced 8 bats, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs, 1 K. Then his last start versus the White Sox, this is AAA, 4.1 innings, 6 hits, four runs, 4 earned runs, 2 bombs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he ain't looked too good in AAA. These last 3 starts, he started on 16th to 22nd, 27, and bam, he's here now. He's here now, right? MLB, he he was giving up bombs, right? So this is the games we started in the league. 2 home runs, no home runs. Milwaukee, 2 home runs. Kansas City Royals, a home run. Uh, Angels, a home run. New York Yankees, of course, 2 bombs. Cincinnati, no home runs. Um, a home run versus Arizona and a home run versus St. Louis. So he was giving up bombs already. The strikeout stuff can be there, right? 10 Ks. St. Louis showing ability not to strike out, whatever. Baltimore, 10 Ks. 6 Ks versus Cincinnati, 4 versus the Yankees, 10 versus LA. So he got some K stuff. You know what I'm saying? He got to be able to stick around. His strikeouts is sitting at this for my people that want to gamble. You know what I'm saying? His strikeouts sitting at 5.5 at plus money. Like I said, this is the number one strikeout in the team in the league. You know what I'm saying? This is the last 7 days, number one. Last 30 days, number one. Like on the season versus right hand pitching, number one. See, so can Kramer go out there and can he go out there and sneak in 5, 6, 7 Ks? Yes. Strikeout pitchers can go out there and get a few Ks before they get their ass knocked out the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they throw hard, and hard pitchers usually get smacked up. So that's a little information that I want to leave with you guys. Uh, so it is what it is. He says, gotcha. O'Neal Cruz, Rich says O'Neal Cruz, Devers, and Lindor on my radar. Big Lindor, right? Not the little one, right? On my radar to go yard. What you think about? What you think about that? O'Neal Cruz. He was he. I took him out my player pool. I'm gonna have to go reevaluate that. I had him in my player pool all night. When I woke up, I took him out. I'm gonna re-look at that though. Devers for sure. Lindor, yes please. I don't know about a yard. I don't really take him for yards. I like him for hits, runs, and RBIs because he lead most of the time. I think he leads off, and he's gonna get a lot of bats, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I like those plays though, bro. I like them. The volume better. Just gonna watch on TV and on phone and phone you get 2 views. I'm old, maybe 60 years old. Okay, okay, okay. All right, it's all good. I appreciate you though. I appreciate you. He said I don't know who to bet today. I feel you. I'm gonna go down the line real quick. I'm looking for the under pregame just because Seattle bats are trash. Big ballpark there too. Stephen Kennedy. O's plus 105 or minus 1.5 Seattle. Uh, Seattle or minus 1.5. Seattle minus 125 or plus 1.5. Um, these are backwards lines. Favorites should be 1.5 and the O's should be plus 1.5. Vegas made their call. Look suspect. Yeah, pitching, man. Pitching is interesting. Pitching is interesting. You know what? You know what? You know what could be a sneaky play? That over a 7 could be a sneaky play. But like I said, pitching is a lot. But if Creamer come out there, see if Creamer end up giving up some runs to Seattle, I mean I don't know. I don't know. Don't give me the throwing shit out there, man. I don't know. I don't bet a lot of games, man. I don't. I don't bet a lot of games. I nailed what I was on yesterday. The over in that Dodgers game. That's what I was on yesterday. I nailed that. I don't know. We'll see. Hayes is batting like 340 against the Cardinals pitcher. Hayes, Hayes, Hayes. Now I'm getting a brain fart. I'm getting a brain fart. Hayes versus the Cardinals pitcher. Hayes. I'm getting a brain fart. I gotta go see who that is. I mean, I guess it's just that's why I broke down that picture for you because oh, you talking about Brian Hayes? Okay, yeah. I know you're talking about Brian Hayes. I like Brian Reynolds right versus that pitch mix versus the pitch mix that he's throwing right now. I like Brian Reynolds. Can't take it off anybody, of course. Anybody can get it. He said, you know what, fam, Big Lindor. I think our boy Jordan gonna ding again. Question mark. Stay blessed, bro. I like Altuve over Jordan today, but Jordan is a monster. And like I said, Steven, O's money line, I don't bet games like that. So uh oh, you was on Reynolds? Yeah, I'm on Reynolds. I'm on Reynolds. And if you Alec Burleson on the other side, if you had to, I probably won't bet on him. I just think I don't know, man. Dogan Gilbert has been monstrous though, so it's gonna be a stay away. If I was to bet, I probably would still take the O's. Maybe would. I'm, the 7 is interesting. You could probably get to over 7 if they can get to that. If they can get to Creamer, because Creamer been giving it up, man. That's why I showed y'all his major league numbers and these rehab AAA numbers because in AAA he getting lit. He getting lit, man. He getting lit. 361 and 40 plate in pitch. Damn. Good. Jose for 2 total bases and those 2 hits. That's my is. Yep. All right, so let's do a recap. A slow roll. I'm gonna do a slow roll right here, and a slow roll with a little commentary. All right. So this here's the Red Sox games here. This is what I like, right? I mean, and I like Tyler O'Neill, I like Rafael Devers, and all these guys, right? The lefties for sure. Tyler O'Neill, he hits lefties right. Jared Duran, Devers, these boys on fire. Home runs. These boys, I think Duran's got 3 or 4 in his last 5. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. So, I like those. I like those. I like those bats there. If I had to take a Cardinals batter, it would be Alec Burleson for a hit, Brian Reynolds for hits, runs, and RBIs. Probably just a hit. Uh, probably just a hit though. Stevie Kwan, probably just a hit. And keep in mind, Eric Fetty, he's good. I went through the numbers. You can win round and back, but he's better at home. Okay, on the road, he, these two teams played twice. On the road, they got to him. At home, he blanked them. Okay, Stephen Kwan, the rest of the suspects they in play. Stephen Kwan looked better on paper. These Mets bats, Vientos, Lindor, Nemo. I mean, you can look at oh, Big Boy for power. I forget his name, and JD for power. However you want to look at it. I like these boys. Yeah. Um, Judge, self-explanatory. He don't even. I shouldn't even put him on my list. Soto, hits, whatever the case may be. Right. You can look at these guys for other things. Right. Judge, you don't only have to take them for home runs. You can take them for runs. Soto, you can take them for runs. Okay. These guys get walked. These two of the most walked batters in the league. They get runs. They're gonna score. Okay, you can take these guys for runs. Look, you can take these boys for runs. Okay, look at runs. Runs, right? So he's got a run of 6 of 10, 14 of 20. Those are runs. It's not just hits. Those are runs. Like I'm going across this plate type shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Shit like that. So yeah, you can take these guys for runs, and don't get me started with RBIs, bro. So y'all already know. Altuve numbers, his pitch versus his pitch mix look better than Jordan. I like Altuve. Jordan is a beast. I like Jordan too, but putting Altuve up there. Vladdy, of course. Blanco, I'm leaning towards the over outs for him, just to lean. Uh, Trey Turner is good for runs, bro. He definitely is. These bats here are solely for the purpose of if you think Sale's going to get touched up. If you think Sale gets touched up, these are the boys that's going to touch him. Matt Chapman has a home run versus him already. Am I going to these guys? Probably not. Jackson Merrill, I could look him for a hit. Kyle, you could look him for a hit. He got bomb power. Manny Machado got bomb power. He looked good. Um, Seiya Suzuki versus his pitch mix looked good. Michael Bush. I said bitch. Michael Bush. Um, hits, runs, and RBIs. I can G for that. This Wheeler is pitching his worst on a road versus lefties. I didn't add Bellinger to the list, but Bellinger got 5 home runs versus him. I didn't add Hap to the list. He's got 1 home run versus him because he's a switch. Can those guys go crazy? Yes, they can. Are they in play? Yes, they are. But versus this pitch mix, Michael Bush looked good. Seiya Suzuki looked good. Okay. Versus this guy's pitch mix, for Kansas City, Vinny Pasquantino only strikes out 9% of the time versus that pitch mix. Isbell just made it there. Like, if you just want to take him for a hit, just be fine. Salvador Perez has the ability to go yard. Yandy Diaz will probably be the only one I would bet versus him and Randy Rosarina, at least for a hit. Every time I fade Rosarina, he hits a bomb. He looked okay versus the pitch mix, along with Yandy Diaz. I just put him in there as an honorable mention. From this game, Christian Yelich would probably be my top bet. I'm looking at the lefties. Christian Yelich, Terrain, Sal Frelick. I'm looking at the lefties. Lefties graded out well. This picture gives it up to lefties. Christian Yelich is my thumbnail on YouTube. Hopefully he can hit a bomb. I took him for a bomb yesterday. He didn't get there. He's not hitting for as much power as I wanted him to, but anything can happen in Coors. Yes, Doyle. Everybody in play. Doyle on the other side, Rogers on the other side, McMahon on the other side. Don't be surprised if McMahon don't take the ass yard today. Long story short, everybody's in play. It's Coors Field. If you don't know, now you know. Rignifo from the Athletics. Rignifo, Zach Nito. These guys are in play. I like them versus the pitch mix. I told you guys, what's his name? Soderstorm, whatever. He's been hitting the ball with tremendous powers as of late. I didn't put him on my list. I should have put him on my list solely for the power that I've seen him possessing over the last week or two. He's been hitting with power, with purpose. Davis Daniel, lean over to the strikeouts for him at 5.5. I'm going to lose my money with taking him for a ladder up to 8. but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Christian Walker. Oh, I forgot about Christian Walker. Christian Walker looked good. Christian Walker looked good versus his pitch mix. He got a decent amount of balls versus his pitch mix. I like Christian Walker. I took last night. I don't know. I showed you. I didn't post that parlay, but I took trying to be greedy. Trying to be greedy. I took. I should have just. I don't know what I was thinking about. I took. Um. I took Walker, Jock Peterson, and Otani, and then I threw two motherfuckers on there for for Baltimore, man, for a home run power. Why would I do that, man? Well, I knew them motherfuckers was going yard because everything it lined up, right? I did a same game party with them three and put them two on there. I must have been at work. Just it don't matter, man. That's why I don't like parlays because I be trying to do too much. Um, and Westberg, right? So we didn't have the pitcher out for last night. It was Montgomery was scheduled slated to pitch. Then he got scratched, put him in on the IR. So I didn't know who was pitching for the Dodgers. I didn't know who was pitching for the Dodgers, right? So I just looked at the Arizona batters, and Christian Yelich looked the best. I mean, Christian Walker looked the best. Might do a Christian home run parlay. How about that? Maybe a Christian Yelich and Walker, but it is what it is. So I didn't look at the Dodgers side. I'll look at that later on. I'll post a combo home run. Okay, I'll post a combo home run. One of those. I'll do like a 3 to 5 leg combo home run parlay. I'll post that for sure. Um, the ones from DraftKings, and then Westberg, man. The worst split from Gilbert is at home versus righties. I'm gonna take a if I take a stab at any bats, at least for a hit of Jordan Westberg, and of course Gunnar Henderson. Of course, this might be the day Gunnar Henderson go crazy. Um, Padres pitcher been getting knocked around. I forgot who that was. Not the NBA, MLB. How about the MLB? Man. I don't know how comfortable y'all gonna be with me just coming on for every day for like 5 or 10 minutes, just dropping plays and just leaving. But my base guys know, man. My base guys know. But that's what I'm gonna end up doing. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I ain't gonna lie. Missouri, right? Okay. Hmm. I might have skipped over the Texas Rangers bats. I might have. I might have skipped over the Texas Rangers bats. Mina pitching. I gotta look into that. I'll look into that while I'm at work. The Arizona game. I'll look into that while I'm at work. Yes, Corey. I wish I can go back in time. At the end of the day, take what you guys like, leave what you don't. Another quick drive by. I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just in case you guys want to come back to the end of the video, something like that. I'll just slowly go down, just in case a motherfucker want to come in and get a sneak peek, just to see what did he say? What did he say? Shit like that. And with that being said, guys, peace out, man. Peace out, man. 2 hours, boy. Y'all be wearing my ass out.